Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, you guys. Yes, it is Monday. It is a new week, new start, new day. And we are going to discuss the have and
Good
have
evening,
nots
everyone.
tonight. Happy Monday, you guys. Sorry about that. Have to turn my video down. I had the video of myself playing in the background. Didn't mean to do that. Let me back out of here real quick. Okay. Everybody come on in. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in so we can get ready to do this review on the have and have nots. And we will be discussing season 6, episode 10. And also, you guys, I just want to let you know, I was up late last night after I reviewed Basketball Wives. And I had posted a video of a situation here in my city in Omaha, Nebraska, where a 56-year-old woman had been snatched out of her vehicle and thrown face down to the ground, and looks like she suffered some injuries from the view from the video, from the footage. And I had posted that on my YouTube channel. We were trying to get the video out and trying to make it go viral. One of the activists in my city who helps out with a lot of different cases, helps out with a lot of different families who might be, unfortunate to have enough funds to handle stuff like get bailed out of jail, or during Christmas time, or during back to school season, different things like that. Bills, from paying light bills to gas bills to things like that. I even remember an incident where they helped somebody get their car out of impound. So anywho, the activist, he was posting it on social media and everything, and I decided to also post it on my YouTube channel. Just wanted to give you an update because they were trying to raise money to get Mrs. Carmen Crawford unreleased from jail, trying to bond her out. They were able to do that. The bond was like $8,500 and they needed $850. And yes, they were able to raise that and get her out of jail. So, from here on out, we're going to, I'm going to keep an eye out for this story and give you any updates as I come upon them. Right now, what's being said is the lady was arrested, and there's a little backstory to this, by the way, because the lady, again, is a 56-year-old woman, Carmen Crawford, and some years ago, her son had been arrested and injured by some police, like right after his daughter had passed away. So some of y'all who from Omaha, might remember that story, but anyway, that guy's mother is the one who was arrested yesterday. So that's what that was all about, that video that I posted last night. So far, it has 404 views. The money has been raised to get her out of jail. So I'm thankful for that. And now, we just got to wait and see what happens and see what kind of charges she faced and everything. And see if, the police, if they found it was deemed fit to handle her the way that they did. And we already know most of the time they're found innocent. So we shall wait to see what happens from that. But anyway, make sure you guys again like the video on your way in so we can go ahead and discuss this have and have nots episode that almost took me out. I'm telling y'all, I was watching this episode and I was like, well, actually I had to watch the last 2 episodes to catch up, because I had missed the one before this, and obviously I couldn't do a review, so I had to catch up. And I'm telling you, this last episode about done took me out. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. Everybody on here is going cray. But anyway, let's start from the beginning. As far as Candace, well, no, we won't start there. We'll start with Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I don't know when it happened. I don't know why it happened, but Jeffrey, y'all, is in love with Justin. Now, it's crazy though, because it's like he been trying to get away from this guy. This guy has done so much to him, from harassing him to beating him to, hurting, his father to, he done a lot of stuff. He He hurt his friend Madison, even Veronica, and I don't really care about Veronica. She got hurt too by him, but, I don't really care about Veronica. But anyway, Jeffrey, it's quite obvious, and Madison figured it out too, that he is in love with Justin. I'm thinking that Jeffrey has a touch of, what is it called? Stockholm? Is that what it's called? Stockholm syndrome? When you be with somebody and after a while, even after a lot of abuse and suffering, they find it hard to hate that person or punish that person, don't want that person to go to jail, they don't want to leave that person. It's kind of like they're brainwashed or something. But in this situation, with Jeffrey, I just don't even, I'm like, they weren't even like together. Every time they were together, it seemed like it was by force. Like, he didn't have no choice. It was either you be with me or I'm gonna kill you. You be with me or I'm gonna do something to your dad. You be with me or I'm gonna do something to your friend. So I don't know when and where it happened, but Madison believes that he is in love with Justin, and I kind of think he is too. But as far as Veronica, Jeffrey's mother, she had paid some thugs to break some laws. Remember last episode, she hired them to break some laws. She wanted them to get arrested in the same precinct so that they could end up in jail with Justin, because she didn't have enough of Justin. Not only do she think every gay man that her son becomes involved with, she thinks it's their fault that he's gay or that he doesn't like girls, or he's so-called being disobedient to her by not doing what she asks, and she always blames it on the men in his life, the gay men, that is. So she didn't pay, and then on top of that, remember, Justin put his hands on Veronica. He put his paws on her in the parking lot. He put his paws on her. She got mad at Jeffrey because she thought that he didn't jump in soon enough. He didn't act quick enough, calling them girls. And if you was a man, you would have been there and defended me against him. And whoop, whoop, whoop. So she done hired some men, some thugs, to break some crimes. They ended up in jail. Now, I figured that they was going to end up in jail and they were going to attack Justin. I wasn't for sure if they would go all the way though and beat him up in more ways than one. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, first of all, Jeffrey was in a totally different cell, but they managed to grab him and hold him against the cell, and somebody had his arm around his neck and somebody else was holding his arms, and next thing you know, they beat him up in more ways than one. And I was just thinking how cold-blooded Veronica is. Like, this ain't the first time that she done something like that. Remember, she had that same stuff done to Wyatt. Remember? But she didn't have no thugs get arrested and go to jail in the same precinct so they can have access to Wyatt. She just hired some people it was already some people in jail. And they did it. I think that's disgusting. Like, that's disgusting. Veronica is cold-blooded. She is cold-blooded. But again, she ain't nobody to be messed with either. She ain't nobody to mess with or take lightly. And a few people are starting to realize that. Like, not just Justin. He's laid up in the hospital. Beat the heck up. I mean, he's been violated, assaulted, attacked, embarrassed and everything. So he's laid up in the hospital now trying to recover and everything. I'm just gonna assume that when he gets better, that they will probably totally separate him from other criminals in jail. We'll see how that goes. But on top of the thugs that she hired to hurt Justin, she also paid some more thugs. Like, I'm thinking, how many doggone thugs through this woman. No, I know she's an attorney, but it seems like all these criminals that she know, like maybe they owe her favors. Like maybe she done something to get them off when they should have went to jail, something like that. Or maybe she blackmailing some of them for them to owe her favors and do these kind of favors. Like, you could, if you was a man, you couldn't pay me to do that to another man. I'm sorry, it's too many things out here. And it's like, if you in jail or in prison, it ain't like you get some condoms up in there. I mean, they was still downtown at the county. So, they ain't handing out no condoms down there. But anywho, I couldn't do it. But yeah, I think she, either blackmailing some of these guys or they owe her some significant favors. But she didn't hire these other thugs, Day Day and Ray Ray and them. They done went over to David's house because Veronica, okay, David done had enough of Veronica. He called himself trying to kill Veronica. And I'm like, okay. I'm with Jim. Like, you couldn't hold her underwater for like 20, 25 more minutes. The lady, and I say that loosely, the lady, she used to be a skilled or professional lifeguard in college. That's new to me. That's new to me. Didn't find that out till David tried to put her in that water and drown her. But I'm thinking, okay, Veronica ain't dead. She ain't dead. She gonna survive. She gonna survive. But what I had thought was she was gonna come out the water while David was still there. But David, he left, went and got Jim, came back to the house. Jim was like, "You sure? You sure you drowned her in this house?" In that pool, in that backyard. David was like, yeah, I did. She's back there. She's floating in the water. I killed her. Jim was like, she did used to be a very skilled lifeguard, right? You did a horrible job trying to drown Veronica. Like, people who can really, really swim, lifeguards and them, they probably can hold their breath for, I mean, it's been said that the person, the longest somebody has been able to hold their breath was like, I think like 35 minutes, something like that. So I'm assuming Veronica, probably with her great shape and all, and used to be in a lifeguard swimming and all that, she probably could hold her breath for about a good 15 minutes, maybe. He didn't hold her underwater long enough at all. And so she then hopped up, came out the water after David left, stomping through the house, mumbling to herself like, he tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. Tell me she didn't look like the Walking Dead. She was all wet, her clothes dripping everywhere, her hair tousled everywhere. I mean, she was looking crazy like the Walking Dead for real, walking through her house. He tried to kill me. But anyway, I'm like, you know what? I couldn't believe it when they said she used to be a lifeguard. I'm like, this heifer used to be a lifeguard. Like, she used to have a job saving other people's lives. This ruthless, conniving, jealous, but cheating, poor excuse of a mother and wife. She used to actually risk her life to save other people's lives. Shoot, you could have took me out with that one. I was like, okay, well, that explains why she walking around her house looking like the Walking Dead, and David is at his house thinking he done something, thinking he done really done something. Jim was like, no, I'm sorry, she ain't dead. There's water all over the house leading upstairs. Ain't no telling where Veronica at, because she ain't at home. She's not at home. She's not at home. But then, to get revenge on him again, she went and hired some goons, some more thugs, to kill her husband. And even though she knew Jeffrey lives there or B's there, be there a lot, be over there a lot, she's like, dead them all, Ray Ray. Dead them all. She tell Ray Ray and them, dead them all. I don't want nobody breathing when y'all finish shooting up that house. But when they came up into the house, Jeffrey, he didn't know anything was gonna happen. David, I'm sure he figured Veronica one day would try to do harm to him again after she set his car, had them put the bomb in his car and killed his girlfriend. I'm sure he was ready because he had plants in the vases, in the plants, he had planted guns all over the place. From the vases to the closet in his room. So he was ready. I don't think he knew what he was ready for, but he was ready. He was like, son, get the gun out the plant. Shoot, we about to they about to go heads up with them. It was like probably, I don't know, maybe like 6 to 8 people who had busted in his house, all wearing masks and everything. They come down them stairs with 2 guns, 2 straps, and started shooting. I don't know the fate right now of Jeffrey. I don't know the fate right now of David. But they wasn't going down. They wasn't lying down. They came down them staircases, strapped up, and they fired first. So I'm hoping that neither one of them got hit. Veronica standing outside smoking her cigarette. That tea should have messed with me. The queen bee. That tea should have messed with me. But I don't think she's going to be happy with who walks out of that house. I really don't. And hopefully they got a camera this time. Last time when the bomb explosion happened, they didn't have no hardcore proof that Veronica was there at the house. So I'm hoping this time there's some cameras around that big old crib and they got her standing out there looking at the house while you hear all the gunfire, see all the lights flickering from the bullets, while she's standing out there with her cigarette. Talking about, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. Looking all crazy and deranged. I'm telling you, she man, she's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. But then, Catherine. I don't know what to say about Catherine. Catherine, I think she done lost her daggone mind. She, just like Jeffrey's, in love with Justin. I really think Catherine is in love with Roderick. I really think that she done set up this young stallion in what used to be Wyatt's house. This big, huge house. Not as big as her and Jim's, but pretty darn close. This little mini mansion. She done set Roderick up in that house just so he wouldn't have to be deported. I'm sure he's probably better in bed than Jim is. I mean, he's probably like 40 years. No, man, not 40. Probably 25. Probably 25 years younger than Jim. So I'm sure he probably, he's all masculine, young, strapping stallion. But she done set him up in Wyatt's old crib. He was looking around like, are you serious? This is me. This is for me. You want me to stay here in this big house? She's like, yes. Yep. Your sugar mama done got you a house. She is playing the role of cougar, jaguar, sugar mama, mountain lion. I'm like, I mean, she done set him up. He ain't got no job now. Because he had to leave the Artesian, he had to leave the hotel, so he can't work at the bar in the hotel anymore. So not only has she given him a house, but I guess she's going to pay all the bills because, I'm sure the house is paid off. But like the utilities and everything, stocking the food up and, the refrigerator up with food, she going to do the full sugar mama thing. But, how long is that going to last? Because, man, I'm telling y'all, she should have listened to Roderick when he offered her. She should have honored his request, because when he asked her to please stay overnight, She was like, "No, I gotta get home, but you know, I can't stay. I can't stay. It was good, baby. It was good, Roderick, but I can't stay. Mama gotta go home." She should have honored his request to stay with him overnight, because had she have done that, she might not have had to face Wyatt's crazy drug addict butt when she got back home. Wyatt done went crazy because, you know, he's pissed. His mom and dad won't get him that money that was rightfully his, but they took it away because he's a drug addict. He's addicted to them drugs, and they took the money away from him because he was blowing right through that money and buying drugs every day, all day, just high out of his mind. Almost killed himself, almost had an overdose and everything. Well, he overdosed, he just didn't die. So they took his money away. Jeffrey, while Jeffrey was up there, you know, trying to pacify Justin, he should have been listening to his friend Wyatt. Him and Wyatt been friends for a very long time. Wyatt was crying out for help. Wyatt has been crying out for help, but his mother Catherine and his father Jim, they like done with him. Like, okay, you done stolen from us. You done sold our jewelry. You done gave people our vehicles. You done did this, that, and the third. So much that he's done. They're like, you know what? We done. As soon as they pay off the Malones, you was going upstate to another facility and, you know, to rehab and try to get some help. Which he did before, but then he left. So Jim is like, you know, intending on sending him upstate again and making sure he stay there. But he told Jeffrey, I think this was like, what, 2 episodes ago? Or maybe it was last episode, that he's going to kill his parents. Jeffrey was like, man, whatever, why? Didn't I tell you to stop calling me when you drunk and high and everything? Call me when you sober. Call me when you done came all the way down off your high. But he wasn't high. Not that high. He told Jeffrey exactly what he was going to do to his parents, but Jeffrey didn't believe him. Instead of trying to, you know, pacify him and come to his rescue in his time of need while he's crying out for help, Jeffrey is over there with crazy Justin, trying to pacify him and make him believe that he wants to be with him so he won't harm him and won't shoot him and won't kill them both. But it was like a murder-suicide going on over there if Jeffrey wouldn't have got through to Justin. But anyway, he did just in time for Veronica to do what she had to do to Justin, though. But anywho, so she comes home and she's on the phone talking to Derek. Now remember, Catherine had left Derek a message the other day and told him call her back because she had found out what he did to Hannah. Found out that he was the one who took advantage of Hannah, assaulted her, impregnated her years and years ago. What she thought was a good thing, what Catherine thought was a good thing by being a matchmaker and putting him and Hannah together, blew up in her face. Blew up all the way in her face. So now Derek is out of the picture, but Catherine is like, how could you do that to her? Hannah's a good person. But he explained to her, I was on drugs. I was, he was probably, obviously probably worse off than Wyatt. Wyatt ran over someone, killed someone with his vehicle. This man, he assaulted Hannah, impregnated her, and then went to jail. He was on drugs so bad, he ended up going to jail for robbery, and that's why he was in prison all them years. Was so high, he didn't even recognize Hannah. All this time, they've been seeing each other. He been working around her house, coming to her aid whenever she needed something, and he had no clue that was her. And she had no clue that was him until that day he took off his shirt because he was a little too hot and saw that line on his chest. She remembered that big old tattoo from that night when he attacked her, and that's how she realized the man she was seeing was the one who got her pregnant with her daughter Candace. Crazy Candace. So she was on the phone with him when Wyatt was walking around the house with that shotgun. And when she heard the shotgun downstairs, when he shot at Jim, who I don't think is dead. I don't think Jim is dead, because just looking at the way he fell and the way, you know, it seemed like he was hit, like it seemed like the gun or the bullet kind of like just grazed him. Just grazed by it. Probably nicked him in his side or in his arm or something like that. But I don't think Jim is seriously injured. Now, Catherine, oh my God. I shouldn't even be laughing. But tell me that wasn't funny. She's up there talking to she's up there talking to Derek on the phone, like, why would you do that? How could you do that? And then, you know, your daughter Candace, he was like, huh? She had assumed that when Hannah found out Derek was the one who impregnated her, that she told him about Candace, about his daughter, but she didn't. So he's just now finding out that Candace is his child, that when he did all that to Hannah back in the day, he knocked her up and Hannah went ahead and had the baby and brought that crazy child named Candace into this world. Now, I used to think Candace was the worst one on the show, but now Veronica has that title by far. Candace used to be a she-devil, but Veronica has that title now. So while Candace is trying to get her life right, and she wants to pay Jim back the $8 million that she stole, she wants to pay him back, she just finds out that this man that her mother has been seeing is her father. All them years ago, when he took advantage of her mother and assaulted her and attacked her and got her pregnant, that man, Derek, who's been dating her mother for some time now, is her father. And Hannah, she doesn't want Benny to know. Y'all know Benny crazy about his mama, crazy about his sister. So I'm sure Hannah knows that we should keep this from, at least for, you know, right now, for the time being, at least keep this information away from Benny, because Benny don't need to be. Benny been went to jail behind his mama. No joke, no play. But for now, Candace, you know, she kept it all in. She was playing it all. Benny knew something was up, but she was like, no, ain't nothing up. We just talking about female stuff, just female stuff. He knew something was wrong, though, but they didn't tell him. Instead, he's telling her to go ahead and keep that money from Jim. Because after being, you know, embarrassed by the president-elect, I thought what Charles did was so wrong. Like, how you gonna, this your woman, you talking about marrying her and making her the first lady in the White House and all this kind of stuff, and then when the press finds out that what she used to be, which was an ex-prostitute, also a conniving, lying, blackmailing, scam artist, extortionist, you know, of high profile men. He telling her the only way out this house is to go out the back into the car. She was like, okay, that's cool. She grabbing her bags. Okay, which way do I go? He said, in the trunk. You see Candace's face? She was like, oh, see, Candace used to get her way. She used to tell men what she want, how she want it, when to do it, how high to jump, and them doing it. And her scamming and extorting people for thousands and millions of dollars. But not the president, not Charles. Nope, no sir, no ma'am. He was like, no, you gonna get in that trunk and you gonna get out of here. He had them big old security guard come in there and pick her up and place her in the trunk of that car and send her on her way home. She was like, no, he didn't. But yes, he did. And then on top of that, the press caught wind of it. It's all over the news. The president-elect with this prostitute and woo. So, in order for him to not look bad, he's about to go up there and make a statement. And, you know, tell that he didn't know. He's going to discredit her, make it seem like she scammed him too, or was going to try to extort him too. Act like he didn't know about her past, even though he was the one who cleaned it all up. Remember, he cleaned her past all up so that he could be with her. But I think he really is on being honest when he says he really loves her. I think he really loves Candace. He really wants to be with Candace, but her past came back to hunt both of them, came back to bite both of them in the butt. But I think that Charles is right. I think this might have something to do with Landon. Because y'all know Landon is madly in love with the president-elect Charles. He's gay. Charles isn't. He wants to be with Charles. Charles wants to be with Candace. He keeps trying to get the president away from Candace. Told him all these horrible things about her, and every time the president-elect Charles would tell him, clean her up, clean up her image, make this go away, make them records go away, he was putting up a fit. He didn't want to do it, and always telling the president, you're making a mistake. The president-elect, you're making a mistake, you're making a mistake. Are you sure this is the woman that you want to be with in the White House? So I think Charles might be right. I think Landon might have had something to do with this, and Landon, he obviously don't know who he's messing with, because the president-elect Charles, it looks like he done got his hands dirty before. Like he knows how to roll up his sleeves and get his hands filthy dirty. That's the kind of that's the kind of person that he seems like, for real. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if Landon had anything to do with that next episode. But when Candace had got back home, and her mom explained everything to her about her father and all that, at that time, again, Wyatt, he was at home with his mother. Sorry, I'm thirsty. My throat is dry. Yes, Lord, water. But he's at home, with the shotgun. But his mother's on the phone with Derek. And so Derek, this is what I think is going to happen. While Derek was still on the phone, while Wyatt was going around the house shooting at his father, he's back upstairs because his mother. Come on now, I don't know what's up with some of these folks. They hear stuff going on, hear gunshots, hear people screaming. They run right to the scene, which is exactly what Catherine did. Ran right to the scene. Saw Jim was down on the ground. She's screaming and yelling for Jim to get up. What happened? And Wyatt got a shotgun pointed up the staircase. So she starts running up the staircase, telling him, stop, I love you, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, y'all. It was so funny because the directors, they wrong for this. The way they had him come up in that bathroom after his mother, and the way he shot her and how she reacted, like... It was like he shot her and she spun all the way around like in a 360, and then just splashed head forward into the water, and her legs went straight up in the air and was sticking up in the air. I'm sorry, that was funny. If y'all didn't see it, y'all need to check out that scene because I was hollering. I was cracking up. I'm like, he shot her and she just boom, spun around, fell flat in the water. I was like, okay, if anybody is dead here or seriously injured, it gotta be Catherine, because it looked like he shot her dead in her chest. Now his father, again, it looks like he was probably grazed by the bullet, maybe nicked in his side or on his arm or something. But no, his mama, she got that force, knocked her out, spun her around in a 360, and threw her into that bubble bath. I was cracking up. I rewinded it like 4 times, y'all. I'm like, why am I laughing? I shouldn't be laughing. This is a serious scene. I can't be laughing. Why is crazy? He done blew his mother to smithereens. I'm like, she got faded. Oh, Lord, that's an inside joke. But I'm going to tell y'all what that means one day. I think we told that story on the hood table before. Samantha and I, we do commentary together on the Hood Table channel. And I'm sure we told that story before, why we always say somebody got faded if they get messed up. But anyway, Derek, I think what's going to happen is he was on the phone when Catherine got shot. He was still talking to her. She was talking to him. So I think the first person he's going to go to is going to be Hannah. And he's going to run into Candace. And then Benny is going to find out. That $8 million though, that Benny keeps telling Hannah, that Billy keeps, that, not Billy, that, Benny keeps telling his sister Candace to keep. Like, she stole the money from Jim. Jim took it back. Then the money got stole again by Candace again. So she has the $8 million again. He's telling her, go start you a new life, go move to a different state. I'm like, a different state? You mean all around the world and because a different state is not going to be far enough from Jim. And that, I guess, depends on how serious he was injured from that shotgun. But he's telling her, and she's like, no. She's trying to turn over a new leaf. Her mother, will be upset if she keeps the money. She's like, Mom, Hannah, she doesn't want her to keep the money. And I think if she takes that money, it's going to be very, very bad. Because remember when the Malones got paid off, right? And they kept saying, okay, Wyatt, he owed like 50. Benny, he owed 20. So when they hustled Jim for the $75,000, it paid off not only Benny's bill, but it paid off Wyatt's bill, and it left 5 stacks left. So that Benny's late fee was covered. But the Malones, they was up there, nah, we need more money. No. Jeffrey, he was like, no. Nope. I'm going to tell mama. If you don't let him alone, leave him alone. His money is paid. His late fee is paid. Wyatt's money is paid. He don't owe you no more money. But they kept telling him, you want to come back to the family, hustle business. We want to join up with the crime family. You want to get back in. He don't want to because he already knows. He already knows his fate. If he gets back deep within the family again, into all the sins of the family, the murders, the scams, the blackmail, and all this kind of stuff, it's not going to be a good look. But what I think is, this is what I think going to happen. Sometimes I be stretching, but I think Candace is going to try to keep that money. And when they was asking, how's Benny getting all this money? Where did he get all this money? How did he get all this money? He was like flat broke, couldn't pay us. We've been chasing him around, threatening to kill him, threatening to kill his family. And all of a sudden he coughs up all this money and the late fee. So where did he get all this money from? I think they are going to try to get some more money out of him, or try to find out where he got that money from, and then find out that Candace has $8 million and try to threaten them, or try to threaten Benny. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know if they're going to kidnap Benny or something like that, but I feel like that $8 million that Candace has is going to get her in some big trouble. Her, Benny, and Hannah. As far as Derek, he's probably going to come over, holler at them. I was on the phone. He's going to be like a witness to Catherine and Jim's, attack from their son Wyatt. He's probably going to be a witness. But I don't know if they're going to, listen to him and take his word for it, being that he was in prison, for attacking, not attacking somebody, because they never knew who attacked Hannah back in the day. But he did go to jail for, robbing people and things like that, breaking and entering and stuff like that. So we shall see, you guys. But yes, this episode, I'm telling you about, that took me out. I was like, oh my God, who else gonna get killed? Who else gonna get attacked? How many people got attacked in this show? This episode, Catherine, Jim. Last episode it was Justin. And then let's see, David, he had got attacked. Well, he got burned, up in the explosion. It's like everybody is getting messed up. Everybody is getting messed up. And the last person who I'm expecting to get messed up might be Derek. Might be Derek after Benny finds out. But we shall see, y'all. We shall see. So I'm looking forward to next episode. I'm looking forward to finding out if Jim made it, if Catherine made it, if any of them are seriously injured. David and his son, Benny. I cannot wait to see if they are going to be the ones walking out that house and surprising the heck out of his wife, Veronica. Because she's expecting them to be dead. She's not expecting David to have all these guns around his bedroom, all in the plants and in the compartments of the closet and stuff. She just expected them goons to just run up in there and start shooting and kill everybody on sight. So I don't think she even realized that it was a battle with all those bullets going back and forth. I don't think she thinks that they just went up in there and started shooting up, bang bang, and they gonna all come out. But I think she gonna be surprised. She gonna be in for a rude awakening, and I think both her son and David is gonna come out of that house. So we shall see, y'all. We shall see. But anyway, y'all, make sure y'all click the like button if y'all haven't already clicked the like button. And comment in the comment section and let me know what you thought about the episode, what your predictions are. What do you think is going to happen next? Who do you think might be killed? Who do you think might not be killed or might just be injured? And do you think that Justin, that there's a round 2 waiting for him? Because he was up there scared out of his mind, begging Madison to stay in that hospital room with him. Madison was like, oh, you good, security, I'm gonna make sure security, making sure they're watching over you and stuff. But he thinks that Veronica is gonna send some thugs back in there to finish him off. So we shall see. But anyway, y'all, in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, make sure you stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.